Over the next week, 8 real estate agents will compete for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to work for the #1 realtor on Long Island, the sales giant himself, Brian Karp. This will be an opportunity to change their family tree forever.
This is the Real Estate Protege.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back, guys.
Good morning.
I'm ready for whatever's coming next. I mean, through the challenges that we've been through, I feel like I've learned a lot. I've learned that when you push yourself to the limit, like there's always more. Like you can always do better.
I am pretty tired. Yesterday I hurt my ankle. I thought I could win it from the beginning, so making it this far is just validating that and giving me more confidence. You know, everyone will say they're hardest working or, you know, they're willing to give it their all or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, any one of us can go home any day.
Yeah, I definitely thrive in that environment. Being an athlete, you know, I don't get intimidated, especially being around obnoxious men. I have 2 brothers. I'm the only girl, so that was just like my natural habitat. I think they're gonna amp it up a lot now that there's only 4 of us. Yesterday ended pretty tense, so I think it's only gonna get, you know, more heated. I know that I can outwork any of them 10 times over. Now I'm pumped up, ready to go. In the last 2 days, I've learned that I can maintain this type of schedule, getting up early, and I see the benefits of it. And I've learned that I need to step it up and keep pushing forward. What separates me from who's left? I would say my drive, my determination. I refuse to lose.
Welcome to day 3. We want to give you real tools that you can take and really win with. And this is your only time in the entire program where you actually have us as a coach, a mentor, a teacher, that you can ask us questions, that you can kind of open up with. So take advantage of it. Any questions before we start? Joe, you sure don't have a question before we start?
Can I ask you a question now?
Sure.
So when you're cold calling and somebody tries to keep you on the phone too long, how do you kind of rush them along that process without being rude?
Just interrupt them. Like, talk to me. Give me a little story and I'll show you.
Hey, so Brandon was out yesterday. And
Oh my God, Joe, Brandon, that's amazing. That's fantastic. I love it. Listen, I gotta run. I'm walking into something, but I'll catch up with you soon. And if you need anything, give me a call, all right?
All right.
Bye.
Feel like
Right, yeah.
Right? So just step in there,
Right.
validate what he said, shut it down, make sure he's okay.
Right.
I'll talk to you later. You had no choice but to say, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever dreamed of a career in real estate? Today, your dreams can come true. Coach Real Estate is hiring. 90% of the first generational millionaires were made through real estate. Let's make you a part of that 90%. Contact us today.
We're going to talk about sales, persuasion, real estate, but I want you to understand that if you believe you're in the real estate business, you're already starting off on the wrong foot. Real estate is not real estate. You don't communicate with houses, you don't talk to houses, you don't negotiate with houses. You deal with people. You're in the people business. So your ability to connect with people, talk to people, be able to gain trust with people is extremely important. And how fast you do that determines everything. So what I want to teach you is people skills before I teach you real estate skills. Because a lot of people want to know, like, what's that sauce in the script? What's that best presentation? But the problem is that if you don't know how to talk to a person, you'll never get to the point where you can even get to use that negotiation or objection handling. So building rapport is extremely important. And being able to talk to anyone at any time is extremely important. I want to go over something called a sales skill with you, so you understand exactly where you're at with someone when you talk to them. So I'd like to introduce you to Susan Clark.
Hey everyone, congrats to you guys, you
Thank
made
you.
it so far.
So Susan Clark, she's a good friend of mine. She was also on episode 7 of Hot Rides in Real Estate. Susan, in about 18 months,
18 months.
you know, went from negative to earning, you know, well into 6 figures in this business. And when I met Susan, it kind of showed a little bit of the
Please
personal.
do, go right ahead.
So when I
Lord.
met Susan initially, like things were kind of like they were dismal. You know, she was rebounding from a loss of her mother. Then at that moment, you know, she had a very close friend who was dying of cancer. Bank account was negative. Lights got turned off. Behind on the rent. Gas got turned off. Car got repoed. And literally, I mean, I wouldn't even say up back against the wall. Like, she's into the wall now.
Starting from scratch and never having been on the phone ever to where I am now. So if I did it, and literally I was so bad on the phone, just to give you guys some encouragement, I was so god awful, I would hang up on people before they hung up on me. I was like, oh my God, click, you know? And then to look at where I am today, but one of the things I would tell you guys in connection, I don't want to, you know, go off topic, is activity has to exceed your attitude. I used to cold call 4 hours a day, and JB will vouch for this. And I didn't know what I was doing half the time. I couldn't handle objections really well. And there are very few objections that someone can throw at me now that I can't handle. And I close 90% of my appointments, actually more than 90%, but I'll keep it conservative. And I net about, now I'm about 2 listing appointments an hour when I'm on the phone.
All right, everybody. So, the beginning of the next challenge, each of you have to write a compelling letter on as to why you should be chosen. Put some deep thought into it. You know, come up with a really good story as to why you're the one. All right, 15 minutes is up. Who's first? You want to go first? All right, let's go, sir.
You may now remove your blindfold and look directly into the light. This message will not be repeated, so listen closely. Do not look away from the light, or you will be disqualified. Do not speak unless we request you to so, or you will be disqualified. If we suspect you are being dishonest about anything we ask, you will be disqualified. You are currently being broadcasted live to a select panel of judges, and each of their opinions will play a part in your chance to become Brian Carr's next protege. If you wish to back out now, this is your only chance, considering the real competition did not even start yet. If your choice is to leave, get up and walk out of this building now. If you wish to stay, remain silent and await further instruction.
When I first heard about this challenge, I didn't know what to expect. What I did know was that the opportunity was once in a lifetime.
When I look around the room, I see a lot of amazing people. People who are like-minded, positive, and go-getters, but no one like me. Dear Mr. Karp, as a finalist on the Real Estate Protege, I believe and know I should be selected as the winner because I'm very dedicated to adding value to the lives of those around me.
The reason why I believe I'm going to be the next protege is because I know that through discipline, I can achieve everything I put my mind to.
My true drive is my family, especially my wife and daughter Selena. And winning this show would help not only me, but more importantly them.
I've always stood out in a crowd because of my determination, my ability to adapt, and learn quickly, and because I refuse to surrender.
I'm willing to change, willing to learn, willing to grow, and to release old habits in order to gain new abilities.
I know that I am destined for greatness, and I won't settle for less.
Regardless who wins, he will gain a great new team member.
Look, you gotta sit down. Sit down.
Oh.
Stay in the hot seat.
Sorry.
I can't promise that I won't make mistakes, but I can promise you that I will learn from them and adjust quickly. With that being said, in that case, Brian, when do I start? Andrea.
I deserve to be chosen because I have the hunger for success, the drive for greatness, and the willingness to sacrifice in order to achieve my goals.
I have a burning desire to learn the disciplines it takes not to just become one of the best real estate agents, but to learn Brian Scarp's philosophy on how to become the best on every aspect of my life.
Hello?
Hi, how you doing? Is this Roberto?
Yes? Who's
Hi,
this?
hi, Roberto. My name is Joseph Perez. I'm with Douglas Elliman. How you doing today?
I'm okay, how are you?
I'm good. So I noticed that your home did not sell. Do you know why? Are you still interested in selling?
Wait, my home's not on the market anymore? What do you mean?
So I've noticed that your house is expired.
And I was calling to see if you're still interested in selling your home.
Yeah, I have an agent.
Oh, you do?
So what made you pick that agent?
They promised me a bunch of money. I really don't have time for this. Why are you bothering me?
I know, there's so many of us out there. Do you have a minute? If you don't mind, I'd like to just ask you for a few questions to see if maybe, I can differentiate myself from them.
I'm really, really busy. The last agent, they told me some crazy amount they could get for my house. And all my neighbors are selling.
Right.
And my house, nobody showed up, so I just don't trust agents.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. What'd you say her name was? Diana?
My name is Andrea.
Andrea.
Yes.
I don't know. You were the real estate agent. Why didn't it sell?
With me, Robert, I'm a straight shooter. I'm not really here to waste anybody's time. I'm not going to promise you anything that I can't deliver on. And that experience is something that you should have never really had. Unfortunately, there are people out there that represent the business the way they want to. But that's not the case with me.
Where did you see it?
So we have as real estate agents, we have access to different platforms where let's say if a listing doesn't go through, if a house is not sold, we can access this information. It's actually public records.
I have no, honestly, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I didn't, so.
Right. Well, that's unfortunate, but I guess the goal is to sell the home.
Is there a book they have that tells you to lie to people?
No, you've just been dealing with the wrong agents.
Is that funny? Why are you laughing? My house isn't selling and I need the money.
I'm here to help you. I'm not here to waste your time or take anything from you. I'm here to get that house sold for you at a priced properly. I don't really know why your house didn't sell, but I can figure this out with you. I can walk with you through this.
Thank you for letting me know. I'm actually gonna give my agent a call, so thank you very much for letting me know that. Have a great evening.
No, it's a pleasure. Yes, thank you so much for your time. And if you have any questions, you want a second opinion, I'll definitely be here to help.
I don't feel confident, like you're talking too much.
Right.
Yeah, I've had enough of this. I gotta go. I'm just sick of it. You're like the 50th phone call. This is ridiculous. I can't stand agents. I don't have time for this. I gotta go.
Joe, how much money do you have in the bank?
Nothing. Literally negative right now.
Probably about 11,000.
Like 1,200?
Thank God it's not a negative, but I think it's like $200.
Have you ever been arrested?
Yes.
When?
2019,
For what?
DWI.
No.
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 What drugs have you used?
Marijuana, alcohol, and cocaine.
Just marijuana, that's it.
What, what drugs have I used? You mean like for what reason? For recreational use?
What's your credit score?
After I bought the house, went down to 620, 640, I think.
Man, you said the other day that sometimes you would have to go to work and make $100 just for tips. Do you have a second job right now?
Not right now, that's my only job.
With $200 in your bank account, and you said that you have a house and your mortgage coming up.
Yeah.
You know, you took a week off of your time for this competition.
Yeah.
How do you expect to pay your mortgage?
So as a server, we get cash. So on my bank account, I have $200. I have like $1,500 cash from this month, and I'm just hoping to make it.
Are you gonna pay your sister back for that tab, for that bookshelf she bought?
So I talked to my sister, and it was something that we spoke about, but at the end of the day, she said that she didn't want that, you know, not only was it an investment in me, that it was an investment in herself as well.
So initially when you spoke to her, you did offer to pay her back?
Well, no, she brought it up to me, and we had just like a general conversation, and we decided that wouldn't be the best route, that would just be cheating, so.
Who initiated her being paid back?
She did.
Manny, what did I do prior to getting into real estate?
Construction. You used to travel to the city. You were an insulator.
Yes, you did construction.
Do you know what my website is?
Soldbybrian.com.
When was the last time you lied?
When was the last time I lied? You know, I really don't lie. You know, whatever I say is what goes on. I mean, we don't white lies. I can't even really think of that last time I lied. I don't know.
I think it was yesterday night when I got home to my daughter. She wanted pancakes. I told her we didn't have. We did.
Do you think you have what it takes?
Absolutely.
Have you ever been detained?
I had a violation for not driving with a license, though.
Were you handcuffed?
No.
Do you consider yourself an ethical person?
An ethical person?
Yes.
Yes.
Besides yourself, Manny, who outside should I hire?
Andrea, it's an amazing person. You can see that she has spirit.
Can you name any of my assistants?
No.
So what would you say if this was the end of the road for you?
Even if it was the end of the road, I'd just be happy that I got to participate and meet everybody, and I've learned more in the last 3 days than as far as real estate or even just sales in general than I have maybe in my entire life, so.
Oh man, I would say that I appreciate you all, and that I just feel so blessed to meet Brian, and to just be able to just spend this hasn't been a week. Is it Wednesday, Thursday? To spend 4 days with you and just to absorb your energy, and I would just be so appreciative and humbled by the experience.
But you guys are absolutely amazing and inspiring, and you know, I appreciate it. I think if this was the last time I spoke to you guys, I would just want you to know that you're making an impact. You're making a difference in people's lives, and you should really accept that about yourselves and be proud of the fact that you're inspiring people who don't even know you. And you know, I appreciate that, and I'm thankful for it.
Regardless of the outcome, I'm very thankful of the opportunity. I just want to let you know that I came here, gave my best, and everything I did it honestly, and because when I heard Brian Karp's videos, when I watch Brian Karp's videos, I feel like he's a person to aspire, like to follow. and that whether I win or not, he's definitely going to be an example.
Tell me some of the things going on.
Like with the whole challenge?
Yeah, with the challenge in life.
I don't know.
Something that's deep.
So how are you feeling after all that?
I wasn't really expecting that, but I mean, it was a challenge and I did my best. Well, I feel like every time there's a challenge, they always surprise us, so I'm not really sure, but whatever it is, I'm willing to give my best.
That was intense. That was like getting grilled by the FBI. I lied about one and I'm gonna tell them. It was just like, you know, when the hot light is on and the pressure's on, I got nervous and I did lie about one, but I'm gonna come clean. I mean, it makes no sense. I divulged so many like things that literally nobody knows. It's so stupid that I even lied about it. Me and my sister did discuss me paying her to do, you know, to pay for the bookshelf, and I initiated it, not her.
A lot. It's a lot to process. Kind of caught me off guard, but I think I answered everything to the best of my ability, and I was truthful, so I'm feeling okay about it.
I would re-answer, or if I would go back and find out more about Brian's professional life, if I could. No.
So you answered 100% honestly?
I definitely answered honestly, yeah.
Tonight, 2 people will go home. Tonight, we will accept 2 candidates' resignation. Trust is the most important thing to me. And tonight, I feel like I was betrayed. Does anyone have anything to say?
I do. I said that I did talk to my sister about buying the bookshelf, and I disclosed things that were way more intrusive as far as personal, and I'm not sure why I did it, but you know, like you said, I mean, I disclosed so many other things that are so much bigger that it made no sense.
So you're saying that you convinced your sister to buy the bookshelf?
Yes.
How'd you convince her?
I just asked her if she would help me and come and do it.
Were you the only one who knew about it?
Yes.
So none of your team members had any knowledge?
No, I didn't tell them.
Because one of the reasons that you had immunity last night was because of that win.
I understand, and I take full responsibility.
So someone else may have gone home because of your decisions.
Andrea, Deanna, you guys didn't know anything about this?
Absolutely not.
What impression were you under when this was happening?
So I was hesitant on the whole family member thing. That's why when he had said, oh, well, ex so-and-so, and I said, as long as you go in there and get permission, that is, you know, someone that can buy the bookshelf, like they're eligible, then I guess. I mean, we had other people who were interested, but when he said blank check, he did not disclose that they had a. He didn't disclose that they had a hidden conversation about paying each other back.
No, we didn't know anything about that.
Anything else that everyone's coming true? Anything else now that anybody wants to let us know about?
Yeah, I also like when you asked, when I was in the room and I was asked, I think it was 2 questions. The first one was if I was ever being arrested. The reason why I didn't say the truth, first, because I assumed that it was in this country, and I assumed that it was due to like delinquency. But I have been arrested when I came to this country. I came to the border and requested asylum, and I was put in handcuffs. That was the other question. Yeah, and I requested asylum, and yeah, I mean, you automatically get detained when you do that. So
Yeah.
that's one.
And
then
we reworded the question to were you detained instead of arrested.
Children.
When we asked you if you were arrested,
Mhm.
you said no. I rephrased it to, have you ever been detained?
Yeah, I still assume that it was into something that delinquency in this country. The other one was I did get detained in my country for doing graffitis. That's even though I had a permit to do it, that's not legal, I would say, for the police. So they took us to a detention center for the day, released us the same day.
Why'd you lie, man?
First of all, because I assumed that, like I said, it was due to delinquency in this country. Like I never make any delinquent act in this country. And the second one was I didn't say about like when I came to this country because of racism in this country. I believe it's real, and I think that last year or like these past 4 years, I've seen a lot of it. So I didn't want people to see me as an immigrant. Yeah.
Did you think we were racist? That we would judge you for that?
I just don't know how to. I mean, I've spent the last 3 days with you guys, and it has definitely felt like more than a week. But I don't really know you. I don't really know if you have any political. How can I say, like
Agenda?
I have something. I don't know. Yeah.
Manny, you've impressed us from the beginning. Your story, your struggles, you sold us on it. So to me, all of that stuff it's a part of your first comic book. And you own it like a badge of honor, as I own my disabilities and my struggles my entire life. I think it makes you into the man you are today. And I respect you for everything you've gone through.
Thank you.
But again, honesty is something that is so, so important to me.
Dion, you hesitate a lot in the boardroom. Almost every question I asked you, you kept repeating the question, as if there was an echo or was a loud subway. You had a lot of communication lag when I would ask you something, put a lot of thought into it, and then end up with no. Could you understand how that could seem kind of suspicious?
I suppose. You know, but it's just my style.
You generally wait.
I think things over, you know what I mean? I think about,
Have you ever killed anyone before?
no,
That didn't take long to answer.
I've
did
never
it?
murdered anybody, you know what I mean?
Right. Andrew, I gotta give you credit for always stepping up when leadership was asked, when we asked who wants to volunteer for leadership. We always had a disclaimer in that, which is you are responsible for everything that happens on your team.
Mm.
Someone else went home last night on your watch. What do you have to say for that?
Looking back, I feel like I should have just went with my gut and just said, you know, no family. Let's try to keep it authentic. But I don't know. We got to a point where we were just like, all right, well, if she's on her way, and you know, I kind of settled. I'll be honest.
Can I speak on that? Since I'm part of the team, I was there when the conversation took place about the sister. Andrea definitely wasn't fond of that right away, you know. She's been leading this team admirably the entire time. So I wouldn't feel comfortable just being quiet on her being questioned about that, because she had nothing to do with that. Neither one of us did, you know.
And now, again, I take full responsibility, so.
Joe, in the interrogation room, you were brutally honest on a lot of things that many other people would have hid. And I saw something in you from that. When you first got here, I was questioned by you, but you have grown on me. But the collusion amongst you and your sister concerns me.
I understand.
Susan, you've been in real estate how long?
Full-time 2 years doing real estate.
2 years. When JB and his firm and his staff put this together, I was looking for someone to jump right in and being able to take some listings and help me work with buyers right away. I have a concern. Manny has never sold a house before. How long did it take you to get acclimated into this business?
4 months to get my legs underneath me, about 4 months. But it was a lot of commitment, round-the-clock commitment for that time. So for an agent who makes less of a commitment, it'll probably take them 6 to 8 months. Do you have that commitment?
Yes, definitely. The only reason why I didn't start before is because of my salon didn't get approved until last year. But once my wife started doing it, like I was there with her all the time, taking notes, watching, talking. Not doing like real estate related things, but because I would never put that on jeopardy. But I was literally there, like on every phone call. My idea was of just knocking on doors every day. I remember one time we went to knock on doors, and I saw Brian Carp getting off his car, putting his suit, going to the car, and I'm like, babe, that's a salesperson. This is our neighborhood. You better go knock on every single door. And when we passed, I saw his face in the car, and he was like, that's the one that this lender was talking about. He took a picture and everything, we shared with our team. And we didn't go home, got home until like 7. And it took like a month, but she got a listing on that area. A listing that it looked like it was someone trying to buy a house, but it was actually someone interviewing her. And when they asked her to go, she got the listing. She was the first agent that they interviewed. They had more on the list. They canceled everything. They got it. The house was listed for $460 and it sold for $500. So my wife and I have put a lot of effort in this, and we'll keep doing the same thing.
Manny, that's how I started my business. And I remember that day. I remember that day like it was yesterday. But until today, I didn't know it was you. But when I got into this business, my first day, I pulled my car to the side of the road, I got out, and I just started knocking. Didn't know what to say, didn't know what I was gonna say if someone said yes, but I just started knocking.
Well, I think it's time to make a decision. Andrea, you called it real close yesterday. You know what's on the chopping block? There was a lot of things that happened on your watch that didn't work out. There was bad communication between you and Joe. If we had fault lines, he's responsible for what happened. But maybe if there's better communication and teamwork as a leader, he may have not driven that panic.
Because you may remember the first day Alex went home, not because of something he did, but something that happened on his watch.
So with that being said, you're dismissed. You can wait on the other side. You're going to be here tomorrow.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
probably wondering why we did that. Because there's a lot more things we have attention on. Literally at this table, no one's even close to perfect. We're having a very, very difficult time, a lot of things. Deanna, I think you brought more heat than yesterday, but I think that fire is starting to fizzle out, and I noticed that what happened in that room when we were speaking, there was some type of communication lag and uncertainty about something. I'm not accusing you of anything, but what I am saying is that that wasn't an open book. That was a book with sealed pieces in it. Manny, you have a lot of heart. I've been literally watching you, and it's been very hard to find things that I could ever criticize. You've got amazing work ethic. You've got a can-do personality. And I think that if we didn't let you sleep for 3 days, you'd still be smiling when we walk up to you. But then, right at the end, we watched a cold call that totally crumbled. And then we were lied to. Well, we've done nothing but respect you the entire time. Joe, I want to share something with you. I didn't know how far you were going to go. There were ups and downs. You were a roller coaster, dude. Sometimes you would say or do something, and I'm like, he's going to go. There's no way. And then there's other times you would step up and really impress me. Your sister came twice yesterday. She came to deliver crutches to you, Advil, everything else to take care of her. I thought, wow, that's awesome. What a great team player. She came back again, and you guys shared your story. And literally, I really got a little emotional. I think the relationship you and your sister have is amazing. Do you know what I talked about with Brian and Dan and Ryan after your sister left? Do you know what I told them? What? I said, they're a family business, they're really tight. I know times are rough right now. She just had a baby. She's doing everything she can for him. I'm gonna deposit this check to prove to America that's watching that this is real. And then I'm gonna write a check right back to her sister for everything. Right back to your sister. Literally tomorrow, I was gonna give the money back. Because I knew she stepped up to her plate. You didn't have to cheat, dude. And you were gonna get what you wanted.
I said earlier when you got here, I wasn't sold on you yet. I felt I didn't know. But the way that you own your struggles, the way you own where you are, and the more I'm talking to you, you went from a manager's position, running the company, and then you're starting over. Like, I respect that. I respect that more than anything. But tonight, I'm going to accept your resignation.
I understand.
I appreciate you being a part of this, and I think that you're going to have an incredible career in real estate, and I think this show will hopefully take your learning curve ahead multiple years, because some of the mistakes that you made are rookie mistakes in real estate that a lot of agents and brokers do. And once you could be honest, regardless of the outcome, you're going to be incredibly successful in this. And seeing you in the sales room under JB's mentorship, you were writing down notes, and hearing you on the phone doing the cold call, you did well.
I thought I did horrible.
Sometimes it feels horrible.
Yeah.
But tonight, I'm going to accept your resignation. Thank you. You may leave.
Man, I heard a saying once. You can't come this far to only come this far. And then, literally, with almost like a perfect record, you just crash into a wall. For no reason.
I say a lot of times to my team members and even my kids that you're one door, one phone call, one new introduction from changing your life. But you're also one mistake away from that opportunity be gone. You are very, very charismatic. From the second I met you, there was something about you. Your energy, your passion, your excitement.
I feel like you have to be all in or all out. We asked a lot of people about how they would do the transition, and everyone said that everything stops and this starts. And I understand that you have a life and responsibilities and big responsibilities. And risk versus reward, maybe the risk isn't there. You know, and I'm starting to see doubt where it's like you still want to be here, but at the same time, if we were to accept your resignation, you might sleep a little bit better tonight. I just don't see that type of desire anymore.
Well, it's not that, JB. You know what I mean? It's not that I don't have that type of desire. This is my life. You know, we're talking about something extremely serious. You took 13 years to build this, right? So I'm 30 years old. You know, I've been living one way my entire life. It's about to change.
Who deserves this more right now, you or Manny?
Who deserves this more? I mean, you know, we both have kids, we both have lives. Manny's had a crazy, story. We both have that, so we both deserve it. I'm not gonna say who deserves it more.
No, based off their efforts here and their performance here.
We both put 100%.
Who needs it more?
Who needs it more?
Because I wake up every morning and I can taste it. Because I wake up every morning with not $1 in my bank account, not one home sold, and not one listing.
Yeah.
So who needs this more?
I wake up every morning hungry. I wake up every morning looking at my kid. You know what I mean? I literally am in a different financial standing than you. You know, for you now, it's motivation and drive. But you literally have the needs. You know what I'm saying? So I need it more. Of course. My family needs it more. My daughter needs it more. You know?
But I wake up every morning starving. Do you wake up every morning starving?
Absolutely.
From our interview today, and from the last few days of being that middle performance, I couldn't in good faith allow us to continue the way it is. So for that reason, it really makes me sad to say, I accept your resignation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very special.
Absolutely.
Don't stop what you're doing.
Definitely not. Don't stop. This doesn't mean you won't be very successful in this business.
Thank you.
We just have a very hard job to do.
I know. I appreciate this. I appreciate the feedback. You know what I'm saying? But, maybe timing and, you guys you see something that you feel like you need to, you feel like you don't know me, so you don't know what you're seeing in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? I know me. I know I'm a beast. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm going to eat regardless. You know what I mean? I know that.
Well, we won't argue with that.
I appreciate it though, and I think that you have to go with your feelings, and you guys, you know what to do.
And unfortunately, only one person.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Man, I'm gonna give you advice. Don't slip, man. I know that there's a lot of pressures, and I know the way, and I know that life isn't easy. I know you've experienced things. I know you're worried about racism, other things like that. You have to trust people for them to trust you. And when you stop trusting them, they start getting suspicious. If anything were to happen that you don't win this, it would have nothing to do with you being Hispanic, where you came from, or how you got here. I could care less. My family are immigrants. My grandfather came to this country, slept in Central Park for 6 months before he got a job as a server. Raised my mom, 4 daughters, bought a house, worked 3 different shifts. Finally bought a car. He could afford to buy a car when he was like 52 years old.
No.
I literally watched it with my own eyes. So what I would say is that you're going to have to not allow your fears to get you jammed up when you're about to really get further. These small decisions can really be major errors. And I know that you're an honest man. I know that you're a good man. I don't look at you and think he's a liar. But what I'm saying is that that's a liability, that decision.
And can I add to that as well? You know, Manny, a lot of it is that actually not real. I'm black, I'm dark skinned with dreadlocks and a woman. And I can tell you I've stepped into many circles where I anticipated racism and there was none. But there are also circles I didn't anticipate and there was. You have to trust yourself enough to know that you'll be able to handle it in any situation, but don't lead with that. You know, read the scene. See what the environment tells you, and that'll dictate. But very often, what you perceive as the truth is actually just your perception. It's your truth, it's not the truth. Yeah. So I really encourage you to, if you can, you know, let that guard down, because there could be a lot of missed opportunities as a result of it. There's a lot of people in this world. You're a very likable person, and you have a lot to offer. And there are a lot of people in the world that find you relatable.
Thank you.
And that's what matters.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Manny, I relate to an immigrant more than I relate to other people. And one of the only reasons I came out there and started telling everybody about my struggles and my dyslexia, and I only read on a 3rd or 4th grade level, because in this amazing country, regardless of where you came from, regardless of your backstory, anything is possible. And I'm the living truth of it. And that's why I'm still waking up every morning starving because of that. And you've played a almost flawless game. But one mistake could cost you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I made a mistake, and I mean, I'll take responsibility. So, I mean, I'm at one of the worst points in my life, and I made a bad decision. Yo,
Yeah.
your story almost made me cry, bro.
Oh, word,
Seriously.
yo.
I have family the same way, so I get it too. So, seriously.
I love it. This is awesome. You guys are dope. Honey.
It's a pleasure.
Oh my god.
So glad. Telling you and I will always say, regardless of the outcome, we're gonna make it.
Of course.
We made it this
course.
far.
No, I'll see you in the DE world.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, man.
That's
Maybe not.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
No, you have that energy. You have that. You're right there.
Thank you.
You really are.
Thank you. I'm gonna you guys are making me so emotional.
Yeah, no, I'm so proud of you, and I know what you sacrificed to be here. You know, I know you have a daughter, you have a full-time job, like you had to take off time to do this. So like, no, I appreciate that so much. So you're so special, you're amazing, and you are destined for greatness. It just tonight wasn't your time.
Right.
All right?
Thank you.
If there's anything I could ever do to help you, don't ever hesitate to reach out to me. Can I have a hug?
Yes. Please. Thank you so much for the opportunity. This guy is so special. Such a special guy. He moves you, you know what I mean?
I respect you immensely. I really truly mean that. When you first got here, I wasn't 100% certain about you, but the mistake that you made lying, it's only because you need this so much. Yeah. And I can tell that, brother. And I love this. Like
Can you stop?
Brother, we've all been there. I've been there too. And the hardest thing is getting up every single morning. But you have that, and once you're successful, your governor is all about success. So listen, your level of income success is right here. Just because the temperature in the room went down a little bit, your thermostat's gonna bring it back up, Joe.
Yeah.
So the mistake you made, I had to let you go because I couldn't have it when there's some other people that are not. But you're gonna be mega successful in this business.
I agree with that. I should be going home.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But the way you owned everything, the honesty that you were in the interrogation room, like that's special. And people say this about me a lot, but I think you have it as well. Is we don't have social cues sometimes, but because we don't feel awkward in situations, and that makes the best salespeople in the world.
Because when you go to that front door and you're fearful of what's behind it, me and you don't feel that. But I want to know every time you go to a door, think about me, because that next door could change your whole family's life. You're one door away from being right back where you once were. Brother, I love you. You're one of my guys now. Anything I can do to help you. All right, have a hug.
I want to give this back to you. All right. You guys have a great relationship. I from sibling point of view, I think what happened was beautiful. From a competition point of view,
I know. And I deserve to go home. I think that was the right decision.
Here's what I will say though. You really do have a lot of potential. You make things, even if it's not pretty, you make it happen. Like the way you sold that champion, right? It wasn't pretty, but you got the clothes. I don't care how it happened.
Right.
You take lessons, you refine them, you get better and better and better. And I think you've improved a lot since I first met you, and that was only 3 days ago.
Right.
All right, so you are going to be successful.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it, and you will get a lot from this industry. Just because you're on Brian Karp's team doesn't mean you're doomed. It just means you're not on Brian Karp's team.
Right.
You're still going to be a killer, but you can't give up now.
Yeah.
If this is the end, it's not going to work for you. But if this is just the beginning, I know I'm going to start seeing you popping up everywhere soon.
Right. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So best of luck, man.
And thank you for everything. It was a lot of fun.
It was my pleasure.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I don't know if I said it last night, Valentine, but I never thought it was gonna be this hard. I never thought that it was gonna be this difficult of a decision. Like, Joe, my heart's breaking for him. Like, I wanted to keep him so bad, but the mistake he made, you could only, I trust everyone 100%. When I lose that trust, I have to cut you off. I can't believe that tomorrow I'm gonna have to make a decision who's gonna be my protege. But never in a million years did I ever think that this show that JB put together was ever going to be this real. Like this is real. This is real. And I'm someone who deals with emotion and craziness every day of my life, but nothing has ever been like this. I don't know if I'm gonna sleep 1 minute tonight, because tomorrow I probably have one of the hardest decisions of my entire life.
What made you want to collaborate with your sister on that challenge?
Just pure determination to win. I thought we were gonna lose. I don't know where that guy came from, and I didn't know what they had done to get that guy there, and I was just thinking do anything to win.
Would you do it again?
Probably not.
I feel pumped. I feel like everything I've done is validated this far, and I feel super accomplished. And I kind of feel like I'm very excited that it's me and Manny. There's no one else I'd want to, be next to as the final two. After today, I feel excited. I just kind of want to wait here for the morning and just see what happens. But either way, it's been amazing. I've met some really cool people, and like I said, this is only the beginning.
It was deep. I mean, I never thought it was gonna come to this point. I wasn't expecting the questions that they asked me, and it's certainly something that I don't really feel comfortable talking, but I mean, honesty, right? Honesty is very important. I'm nervous. I'm ready, but I'm nervous because it's just one, the winner is just gonna be one person, so, and it's gonna be tight because Andrea, it's amazing. She's a woman with a lot of skills, and I know she's capable of accomplishing great things, so it's gonna be interesting.
When we first started this, we thought it was going to be a fun way to hire someone. And the more and more we do this, we realize this is a very difficult job. Being an agent's hard enough. When we're selecting these people, these are real lives. People with families. People who have their own pains and their tribulations and their comebacks. And dealing with hearing that and being the one that has to make a decision on who stays and who goes, has been very difficult. You know, I can tell you this, Joe is a guy that literally has a lot of potential and that really showed up and impressed me a lot. But for what he did, in good conscience, you can't keep him here. You can't keep him in this particular competition. That being said, Joe, you might be out of this competition, but you're not out of the real estate industry, and you are going to do a lot better. So I wish you the best of luck, bro, and I really, really think you will do well. Manny, you know, the thing with Manny that broke my heart is that, you know, you could tell he's really experienced some things in his life. You know, that guy works really, really hard to live the American dream, and it looks like he's experienced racism. It actually broke my heart to think that he was afraid that we would judge him or change our opinion of him based on maybe the way he came into the country or because he was detained during that time. None of us are no more American than Manny. In fact, Manny is a representation of what the American dream really is, which is a place where people with dreams can go and build a life that they always wanted to. I see Manny working so hard, and I see him working well beyond what other people are willing to do, because I know that Manny's life is harder than this competition. And Manny has decided he's not going back to that life. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but I really believe Manny has a lot of potential. And my greatest hope is that Manny doesn't think that this country is only racist. There's many, many people that are very loving of all people. People might have different positions politically on how immigration should be handled, but I can tell you this, the media polarizes things and they like to make people fight with each other. I'll never deny that there's racist people in this country, but no one can ever convince me that this country is just filled with only hate. You can't build a country with such diversity and such power with only hate. You build it with love. You build it with understanding, and you build it with people that are hungry, that come from all over the world to call themselves an American. And that's what Manny's doing, and that's what many people have done. That's what my grandfather did. And that's what many people's ancestors have done, or grandparents, or great-grandparents. So to everyone watching, this is all about the American dream. And no matter who wins, whether they were born here or not, this opportunity is for everybody.
You are my real estate protege.